Welcome into the Hoosier Huddle preview show. I'm Lauralys, joined by Rylie Kyhn and Nathan Comp. This week is Michigan State week. Indiana's going to open up conference play on Saturday night at home against Michigan State. Before we dive into that game, though, Indiana is 3-0 and left its non-conference portion of the schedule unblemished with a perfect record. Rylie, what has impressed you most about this team so far on the season?
I think what's really impressed me most is how they really put all the pieces together really fast. The defense struggled a little bit against FIU, and then the offense had its struggles. Coach Allen said that the O-line needed to step up even more after the first game. But over the last 3 games progressively, I think that they have really put all the pieces together. Against Ball State last weekend, they looked really, really well-rounded and strong. So I think that has been one of the things that has impressed me most. I think how far this defense has come just from the first game. I mean, they're incredibly young. They don't have a ton of field experience, and just how far they have come, and they've really put all the pieces together already in the season. And heading into conference play, I think that's going to be a huge factor. I mean, heading in 3-0, they really have a lot of momentum going into Big Ten play.
Yeah, they certainly did have all 3 phases of the game down against Ball State. Now, moving on to the Michigan State matchup, Indiana lost last year 17-9 in East Lansing. They were leading going into the 4th quarter. What do you think IU is going to have to do differently this time around to be able to finish the game against Michigan State?
Yeah, that word finish that you just used is going to be very important. We saw last year multiple times Indiana was super close to getting that breakthrough like Tom Allen really wanted, and just falling short, like you said, in those 4th quarters. I think Indiana has done a lot better job this year actually finishing games, closing them out. I think both the players and the coaches have been better in that situation. There's been better play calling down the stretch. They've just seemed to be more in control of games in the 4th quarter, which is something we didn't see last season. So it will have to be a factor in this game coming forward. They'll have to be able to finish.
Rylie, what do you think are the main storylines for Michigan State heading into this matchup?
I think that it's going to be huge that they're coming off a loss 2 weeks ago and then a bye week this past week. They've had 2 weeks to prepare, to scout Indiana. They've had just all the time to prepare, to practice, and focus on this team specifically heading into conference play. And I think that could play a huge factor for Michigan State and Indiana.
Do you have any other storylines you think for Michigan State heading into this game?
I think actually something that will stand out, which is not typically what we're going to preview in these shows, but actually Michigan State lost their punter during Mark D'Antonio's career at Michigan State. He's only had 3 punters. This is now his 12th year, and he's only on his 3rd punter. So the fact that he's only gone through 3 is kind of insane. But he got injured last game against Arizona State, so he'll be out for this game. Michigan State's been known to have a very good defense, and part of that is based off of their punting ability. They're able to make teams drive like 90 yards against them. So losing their punter will actually be a big factor. And special teams was a factor in last game for Indiana too. They had Ja'Shawn Harris return a punt, 86 yards for a touchdown. They blocked a punt. Like, special teams will be an important thing to watch in this game. If Indiana's offense will be able to really only have to drive 60 or 70 yards against the Michigan State defense.
Well, that'll do it for our preview show today. You can catch IU versus Michigan State on BTN. Kickoff is scheduled for 7:30 p.m. on Saturday. For Nate Comp and Rylie Kyhn, I'm Lauralys. Thank you for watching Hoosier Huddle Preview Show.